Assalamualaikum to all my town and regional planning lecturers. My name is Muhammad Farhan bin Shahrudin, and today I would like to present about my research study that is titled Community Recycling Awareness and Participation to Promote Sustainable Behavior. For the content of my presentation today is introduction, problem statement, aim and objective of the study, literature, study area, methodology, finding and result, and recommendation and conclusion. For the introduction, recycling is a process that uses the method of collecting, processing, and reuse materials that are no longer valuable. Recycling can also be defined as the recovery process regenerated into product reuse for the original or other purposes. Various factors have been identified to contribute to society's culture in the implementation of the recycling. Theory is divided into behavioral factors and community involvement factors with the acculturation of recycling. For the problem statement of this study is the first one is environmental issue keep increasing in Malaysia, and second one is a lack of an awareness about recycling by community, and the third one is no recycling facilities and programs that were provided in the study area. For the aim of this study aims to find out the recycling participation and awareness among the residents in Taman Iskandar Perdana, Seri Iskandar. For the objective one is to explore the elements of recycling practice. The second one is to evaluate the level of implementation of recycling participation in the study area. And the last one is to suggest a few recommendations to enhance the awareness of recycling participation among the residents. For the literature, I'm doing a research about an overview of solid waste management, and Public Cleaning Act 2007, 8 to 11 measure plan related to recycling, waste minimization in Malaysia, 3R concept, which is reduce, reuse, and recycling, waste recycling in Malaysia, waste recycling in developing countries and developed countries, and the last one I'm studying about a zero waste program in Malaysia. The study area is located at Taman Iskandar Perdana in Seri Iskandar. Area of Seri Iskandar is 1,430 hectares. 19% of Malay in populations in Seri Iskandar. The Seri Iskandar is governed by Perak Tengah District Council as a local authority. The surrounding area from the study area have UiTM, government offices, and commercial area. For the methodology of the study, in the study, the data were collected through the online questionnaire. The questionnaire are contain closed-ended, open-ended question, and Likert scale question. 50 respondents was collected in the study. This study was conducted using a non-probability method involving Taman Iskandar Perdana residents related to an aspect of recycling engagement and awareness. Therefore, convenience sampling methods are more suitable for this study as this sampling are described as a method used by researchers to collect market research data from a convenient pool of respondents. For the finding of this study, based on the questionnaire analysis, the finding found that elements that lead to recycling practice were not highlighted because 80% of the total respondents said recycling bins were not provided in the residential areas. The second one is the finding found that the level of involvement in recycling practice was moderate because only 46% of respondents did recycling practice. Subsequently, the study found that most of the respondents were 42% never recycled in domestic waste management within a month, and only 10% often practice recycle practice of 3 to 4 times a month. Based on the study result, most respondents agree with all recommendations such as making public awareness campaign and education related to recycling, law enforcement, and others. Meanwhile, the proposed provision of recycled materials transport services from home is the most preferred option for respondents because 58.8% of them strongly agree with the proposal. Besides that, local authorities must also play a role in intensifying recycling campaign in administrative areas to increase public awareness. The recommendations are divided into two categories, where the recommendations are categorized on physical recommendation and non-physical recommendation. The physical recommendations is a recycling facility to facilitate the residents to carry out recycling activities in the study area. This proposal can ensure that the recycling participation of the community will be increased. For the example is we provide a smart recycle bin and provision of recycle collection pickup truck from home to home, while the non-physical recommendation are involving some common aspect of the scope of the study, which these recommendations are the supporting elements to raise an awareness and knowledge related recycling towards sustainable behavior. For example, by using a smart card, creating a recycle campaign and program, law enforcement, and also create a community recycling club. For the conclusion, in a nutshell, the findings of the study have shown that society needs to be more aware of recycling. All levels of society, particularly Taman Pesisir Iskandar residents, need to be conscious that recycling will save the use of natural resources for future generations. People need to train to handle waste in the right way and not just to look lightly at recycling problem. If all parties are concerned about this, our country will be progressing toward a developed country with systematic waste management. Besides, landfill disposal sites will also be limited. In fact, the study found that residents of the study area will be more involved if local authorities offer a good recycling facilities. Local authorities must also take an action and play a crucial role in managing the administration and providing adequate facilities to recycle waste. However, people mentality or behavior are also critical for recycling activities. Finally, Taman Iskandar Perdana residents' awareness of recycling could increase over the time, and waste management need to be well handled rather than half toward the sustainable behavior and environment. And thank you, that's all from me.